Today I'm going through some sound techniques for video. First thing I'll be talking about is rhythm. Rhythm involves a pace, a pulse, and a tempo and a beat. This is most recognisable in music, therefore it's important to find the perfect piece of music for the right scene. An example of this is 300. This scene is a really good example of rhythm. It starts off slow pace and low on sound. And the longer you're waiting for the Spartans to reply to what the Persians have said, the sound keeps building up, and it just keeps the audience on the edge of their seats.
Spartans! Lay down your weapons!
Music is one aspect of rhythm, and speech is another. This is where, in a movie scene, you see a person's voice sound really powerful and motivational. An example of this is Rocky Balboa, that shows this type of speech very well. It has a well-paced beat and holds the viewer's attention.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Sound effects. Sound effects have distinct rhythmic qualities. For example, this scene in Saving Private Ryan shows a scene with a machine gun really well. You can see that in this movie clip, and how the machine gun is shooting at a regular, rapid beat. This also suits well to the music too. Also, a change of rhythm can also change your expectations, such as when the bomb explodes. The next thing we're going to look at is fidelity. Fidelity is the extent to which a sound is faithful to the source as we see it. Fidelity is what you expect to hear in an action. Therefore, what you see is what you hear. For example, in this scene in Pulp Fiction, where you see a gun being fired, you can hear it.
With the best intentions, really. I never...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
A lack of fidelity means that sound does not match the action. Therefore, the viewers get put off the scene. A lack of fidelity is usually found in cartoons. The Mask. Contrapuntal and parallel sound. Contrapuntal sound is sound that you do not expect to hear in a scene. An example of this is the Guardians of the Galaxy scene. This shows a serious intense scene and then plays the music on a Sony Walkman, and then bang, everyone's in a good mood. Well, he is. Parallel. Parallel sound that carries one in the next. This is known as sound bridges. This creates smooth transitions and should go hand in hand with the scene. This would be found in scary movies and emotional movies. So yeah, one person's talking and overlaps into another scene and then back onto them.
I went to Lark Hill last night.
That's outside quarantine.
I had to see it. There wasn't much left. But when I was there, it was strange. I suddenly had this feeling that everything was connected. It's like I could see the whole thing. One long chain of events that stretched all the way back before Lark Hill. I felt like I could see everything that had happened. And everything that was going to happen. It was like a perfect pattern laid out in front of me. And I realized that we were all part of it. And all trapped by it.
So do you know what's going to happen?
No. It was a feeling.
Brilliant example. Next thing, that's not the last thing. Time. You have two different aspects of time, and that's synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous sound is where you hear the sound at the same time as you see the source producing the sound. The best example of this is where characters are talking at the sound of them speaking matches their lips moving.
What am I getting excited for? You stupid? We got a million fucking bulls out there. Everybody's watching us, and you get a fucking car. But you're telling me I'm excited?
My mother's name. It's a wedding gift.
I don't give a fuck whose name it's under. Are you stupid or what? Did you hear what I said? Don't buy anything, don't get anything, nothing big. Did you hear what I said? What's the matter with you?
Asynchronous sound is kind of obvious. It's when the images are out of sync. This happened recently in the Batman movie when Bane was hitting Batman and there's no sound. So he's just firing blanks. Alright, next is diegetic and non-diegetic. This is the sound of the source that is visible to the scene. Diegetic sound includes background noise, foley, and dialogue. In this example of Troy, see Brad Pitt having a face-off. And when you can hear the wind and the sound of people walking and all that, yeah, that's diegetic basically. Non-diegetic. This is a sound in which the audience can hear, however the characters can't hear. This is usually music and narrators. Anyways, last one. The last one is volume. Changing in volumes can change the scene in dramatic ways. The most important factor about volume is the way it changes. This is usually most effective when the sound starts off quiet and works its way up and the scene goes on.
You alright, Big Petey? You alright? You really stuck him, Campbell. Yeah, I love me a little contact, Petey. Left side! Strong side! Left side! Strong side! Left side! Strong side! Left side! Strong side! Left side! Strong side!
Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned, got more videos coming.